Alright guys, is AI the future? This video and this article may have you believe it is. It's the future of filmmaking. I don't think so, personally. I think it's brilliant, and I think some of the usages of it can be absolutely incredible. I think it's only going to get better. I think at some point it may even be indistinguishable. So kind of like I acknowledge all of those things. But the industry itself won't allow it to replace everyone. It's just unlikely that it will allow it to replace everyone. And I also think, although I say it's going to get better and at some point it may be indistinguishable, I always think that there'll be an element where it's not quite authentic enough for people to watch. So this is all stemmed, this entire segment here has stemmed from this piece that was floating around on Twitter. And so we're going to watch it and see what you guys think. You guys may have even seen it. So we'll have a watch, like I said, see what you guys think. See if you guys think it's going to replace Hollywood or not. I don't think it is. So, I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, this does actually look amazing, right? It does look good. But it is a bit punch, 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 block, punch, punch, block, punch. And there seems to be, to me, there's something missing from it. Don't get me wrong. I think it's amazing. I think this is incredible stuff. And there's more. Right? There's more stuff. Or is this the same one? Okay, that's the same one. Oh, there's another one. Again, this is all just AI stuff. Again, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that it's. Would you know it was AI? Here's a question, I guess. Would you know it's AI if someone didn't tell you it was AI? I think that's a hard one. I think there'd be an element of this where a lot of people will be like, nope, I wouldn't have a clue. Wouldn't have a clue. But because you know it's AI, it is difficult to. It's difficult to say whether it's difficult to say whether you would or not, right? And then there's some more stuff here. So this is this was a screenwriter who worked on Deadpool and Wolverine, and then he just said, I hate to say it, it's likely over for us. I don't think so. I genuinely don't think so. Because the industry itself, all of the unions, and I also do think audiences. I don't see audiences preferring a lot of the sort of modernity films that are out there. And what would you do with this? What would you do with this? Is it a case of it works for Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt because they've got a plethora of films out there where they're fighting. So AI generated work for actors that are long-standing in Hollywood. Yeah, you could get a lot from it. You could get a lot from it. There's a lot of back library to pull from to generate a fight. I don't think you could do that with a new actor. And then it works into like, well, what are the rights of this? If you're then pulling from other actors, and then is it really that person? Is it? And if you're creating a new person, like a completely AI generated individual. Is it really an actual individual? Because it's infringing on other people's likenesses and works when they move and how they smile or take a punch, all this kind of stuff. So I just don't think. I think there's more stuff. Yeah, there's so much stuff. Let's have a look. It's a bit like... It sounds really cliche, but it is a bit lifeless, isn't it? That isn't good there. But even this, it feels a bit lifeless. There is an element of weight that is just missing from it all. I still acknowledge it's brilliant, but I don't think it's the future. I don't at all. And there are a lot of AI fan films. I think for fan films, it works quite well. Like it's a fun way of doing it. You know, working with AI. I don't know. I can't. Maybe I need to get with the times. But I feel like there's an element of lifelessness to it, weightlessness. But anyway, the Motion Picture Association has obviously denounced it, understandably. I don't know if this is the same one, but there's one where they're like, "Oh, you killed Jeffrey Epstein," or something like that. Nah, it's not that one. But anyway, so the MPA has issued a statement on it all. So they just said, in a single day, the Chinese AI service Cdance 2.0 has engaged in unauthorized use of US copyrighted works on a massive scale. By launching a service that operates without meaningful safeguards against infringement, ByteDance is disregarding well-established copyright law that protects the rights of creators and underpins millions of American jobs. ByteDance should immediately cease infringing activity. And this is the thing. It all comes down to... because it's not AI. Right? It's not AI. Okay? Like, LLMs are not AI. Large language models are just conversation machines and probability machines. And this specifically is, I guess, like a likeness replicator. You know, when it comes to filming things. But I don't know. I don't think this is the end for Hollywood in general. And again, I think stuff like this works. I think stuff like this could work really well. You know, for fan stuff. For Hollywood, I think the industry won't allow it to be the future. And I don't think it should be the future. I think fundamentally there's an intangible nature to it. And don't get me wrong, again, it's great. I think stuff like this would work really well for video games, for instance. Right? Like video game cutscenes and stuff like that. Just amping up video game cutscenes or comic books, you know, bringing a comic book to life. Things where you're not actually watching it thinking, this is a real person, you know? But anyway, there you go. That's just my 2 cents worth. I just wanted to cover it. What do you guys think? Do you think this is the end of Hollywood? I don't think so, but what do you reckon? Let me know down below.